leading 5-0 after one. First down. Pass caught. Garcon. First down as he made a move on Casey Hayward.
There's a story in each box score. This channel's about those stories. This is Daily Random NFL.
Daily Random NFL.
On Sunday, January 10th, 2016, at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, the 10-6 Green Bay Packers visited the NFC East Division champion 9-7 Washington Redskins. Now in all-time head-to-head play, the Packers were 19-14-1 against Washington. The Redskins, led by head coach Jay Gruden and quarterback Kirk Cousins, were the NFC East Division champions, finishing the regular season with a 9-7 record. They had a strong finish to the season, winning in their final 4 games to clinch the division title. There was a buzz around the team, with many wondering if Kirk Cousins was indeed their long-term franchise quarterback after a solid performance down the stretch. Meanwhile, the Packers, coached by Mike McCarthy and featuring 2-time MVP quarterback Aaron Rodgers, came in as the 5th seed with a 10-6 record. The Packers started the season a dominant 6-0, but sputtered down the stretch, going 4-6 in their final 10 games due to offensive struggles, largely stemming from a preseason injury to star receiver Jordy Nelson. Green Bay was looking to get back on track with a strong playoff performance. Earlier that day, the second AFC Wildcard game was played, with the Kansas City Chiefs dominating the Houston Texans 30-0. This game kicked off at 4:42 p.m. Eastern Time in Landover. The conditions were a factor, with wind gusts up to 30 miles per hour, but it wasn't a cold day, with the temperature around 57 degrees Fahrenheit. The attendance for the game was a reported 81,367 fans.
Come back and haunt you in a big game. Hopkins hits it. Janis will let it go over his head, and Green Bay starts at fullback with Eddie Lacy behind him. Start with a throw. Pass is caught by Jones. And Rodgers on first down. Play action again. Rodgers being chased. Baker can't get to him, and Rodgers. First run of the day. Eddie Lacy right side. Not much. On third down, Rodgers tipped.
Rodgers having to scramble outside the pocket. That's what happened on third down too.
Ugly punt by Maste. It takes a Green Bay bounce inside the 35, but decent starting for the NFC East. Quick setup and throw. Pass is caught. That's the outstanding tight end.
Run game here today.
Handoff is to Morris. Well played up. His 4th straight game with a concussion. On third down, pass is through the hands of Lau. An opening drive touchdown. That continues. Good work by this defense that's played well. Here's Hyde from inside the 10. Can't get to the 20. Going to be knocked.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Return team, number 39. Half the distance to the goal. First down, Green Bay. Timeout.
Sideline. Jones. Over. Here's Lacy left side. What a frustrating year it's been.
They haven't been as solid as we've seen from them in the past.
And this play shut down because J.C. Treader, the left tackle, moved. Third down and 13. And in the end zone, down goes Rodgers for a safety. Good punt. This is Ross. To the sideline.
Ball games, and it's hid a lot of weaknesses for him.
Play action, little rollout, and the pass is caught. Big gainer to Alex Smith. Place quiets down on first down. Here's Morris. Had a good week last. Second down and 5. Morris again. Fights. Cousins. Jackson's involved for the first. Second and 7. Cousins protected. Pass caught. Reed, first down. Cheers, scoring touchdowns. Inside the 20. Wide open Jackson to the pylon. Touchdown. He came close. Watch this.
The previous play is going to be reviewed.
Mike Pereira is down here to our right. What do you think?
After review, The runner crosses the goal line, but his foot does not land in the end zone. The ball is at the half-yard line. When he touches out of bounds, it will be Washington's ball, first and goal at the half-yard line. The clock will start on my ready for play.
Morris, well played.
Delay of game, offense, 5-yard penalty, third down.
Cousins fires, it's broken up. And Clinton Dix was in there, Hopkins. And instead of it, Hopkins kicks it away, a chance to return it for Janis. Here's Lacey. Gain of a yard and a half. Rodgers skips it into Richard Rodgers. Pass for Cobb is out of his reach.
Connection just hasn't been as consistent as it needs to be.
First punt for Mass State was 35 yards into the wind. It takes another good Mass State bounce. Tapped down at the play action. Cousins under pressure. Peppers, now Matthews, ball out, and Cousins back on it.
Lead the Packers this year.
14th year in the league. Delayed handoff. Here's Pierre Thomas. Good pickup there. Third down and 15. Cousins had arms around him as he skips it into Jordan Reed. And
punt it and play field position.
Tressway hits it. Hyde will stay away. And this ball shoots down inside the 15-yard line.
Job with this team this season.
Randall Cobb gets it on a handoff. And he had to work hard to turn that into a 2-yard gain. Second down and 8. Abradaris with a juggle and a drop.
Facing third and long.
Blitz. Packers pick it up. Pass broken up.
Being run by James Jones. He sits on the route. He comes underneath it, makes a play on the ball. The struggles continue.
Here's Crowder on the return, and he'll hop out of bounds near midfield.
During the return, holding receiving team number 10. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down, Washington.
5 at their own 36. Good run on first down by Alfred Morris. Cousins keeps it in trouble and throws it incomplete. Passes. What a catch by Reed! One-handed down inside the 40. Brunel leading 5-0 after 1. First down. Pass caught. Garcon. First down as he made a move on Casey Hayward. Morris is knocked to the ground by B.J. Raji. Second down and 14. Pass is caught by Thompson, and a good play is made by the rookie Quentin Rollins. Third down and 10. Protected. End zone. Touchdown, Jordan Reed. Another missed extra point. 14-0 at Chicago. 11-0 here. Janis. Take a knee.
Amazing.
First time we've seen Starks. He gets it on a toss running right, and Foster is there.
Passing game. It's been a bad start once again.
Here's one to the sideline for Jones. Looking right, back to his left. In the pocket, down the middle for Jones. Nice catch, James Jones. Here's Adams. Pretty good game last week against the Vikings, and some nice moves here out on the edge. Second down and 1. Starks cuts up field. And we'll see what they give him as far as forward progress. Quick throw, Starks. Heads up field, takes it to the 20. Second and 5, here's Cobb on the handoff. Good moves. First down, what a run by Randall Cobb. Here's Cobb, drops it. Incomplete pass, 2nd and 10. Causing some confusion.
Well, he got him again, Joe.
He got him again. Gruden was trying to call timeout, didn't get it. End zone, pass is caught for the touchdown. Randall Cobb.
Which is what they've had to rely on so often.
Mason Crosby.
Hold my finger there throughout the kick.
Hayward does. And with the wind out of the back of the end zone off the foot of Crosby. Winning on the road in frigid Minneapolis. Here's Pierre Thomas, left side, signed in mid-December, gets a yard and a half
to win the ball game.
2nd down and 8 here for Cousins, who hangs in, finds his favorite target. The catch is corralled eventually between the knees of Jordan. 3rd down and 6. Cousins, pass is complete. Garcon, 1st down.
And does it the way he's asked, and he's a heck of a player.
Good protection, pass broken up. Go out with a concussion he suffered against Dallas. Handoff is to Thompson, who breaks loose down inside the 40. On 1st down, 4-man rush, and the ball's out. A sack, a fumble, and we'll see who's got it. It's the 2nd fumble of this game for Kirk Cousins. He fumbled 9 times during the regular season. Lost only 3 of them. Packers say they have it, and they do. Rodgers has to step up and now sprint out to his right. Throw it away. Here's Cobb. Well-designed play, and Cobb's got a 1st down. Blitz. Pass caught. James Jones. And Jones is going to get 9. Lacy right side. Eddie Lacy's got a 1st down. Crowd's back in it. Play action from Rodgers. To the end zone for Cobb, and he is overthrown by plenty. Flag is down. Pass caught by Lacy, and he is swarmed.
Outside. Defense, number 91. 5-yard penalty. Replay, 2nd down.
Starks able to hang on to the football. First guy there was Karen. Pass is dropped. James Jones. He is good. He's had a good year. 3rd down troubles continue for the 4-0 after a 2-4 start. And they came roaring. Handed off to Morris. 2nd and 7. Pass is caught by Crowder. Brought down immediately. Matthews coming off the edge. Pass is incomplete. What a hit.
Dials up a nice coverage there on 3rd and short.
On 4th down with Hyde waiting for it from inside the 25. A little room. Gets to the 40. Is caught by Jones. Easy to spot. Ball is out. They're ruling him down.
It's the right call.
And now his flag. But he's clearly down. And if they called forward progress.
To be corrected as the ball was being spot, the referee on the field ruled forward progress was stopped prior to down by contact. That play cannot be challenged. And this is the 2-minute warning.
And that is.
From the 45, Rodgers trying to set up a screen. Good catch by Starks. And Starks has got a 1st down. What a grab that was.
This offensive line does a good job of executing.
Pass is behind but caught by Richard Rodgers. He dropped off that screen to Starks. Quick throw. Richard Rodgers got another 1st down. Pass incomplete. On 2nd and 10. Pass is caught by Jones. Adams. He's got it. And in a year filled with drops for Davante Adams. Rodgers. Incomplete for Cobb. Just got it away. Adams wide open for the touchdown.
He's going to start feeding you the ball a little bit more, knowing that you're going to go up and be able to make the catch for him, and look for some more of that this second half.
Washington will get it here again. They start the second half with the football. Out to the 20. He doesn't like this, at least some in the crowd don't, but working into the wind with 24 seconds left. Look at the first half stats. Realize Green Bay, the last 2 seasons when leading at the half, including the postseason, 19-1. Here is Ross on the return. Far side of the field, good return by Ross out across the 25. He gets hit. Kirk Cousins. Gonna put it up. He's got Garcon out near midfield, went backward, and he's knocked down at the 48. Here's Morris. Big run. Alfred Morris down inside the 35. Now Pierre Thomas in the backfield. Long time New Orleans. Same the plays made by Ryan. In for Rollins. Cousins well protected. Pass caught. That's Thompson. He's to the 30. On third down, Cousins fires, passes, caught. That's Crowder. Cousins keeps it. Floats it. Got his man. Big hit. Pass caught. Jordan Reed down near the 6. Cousins. End zone. Incomplete for Garcon. Pass is caught. The hit by Hyde as Jamison Cousins for the touchdown. He's already missed one in this game. High snap. This time he drills it. Third quarter, wind at his back. Hopkins will let it fly. With 2 blockers out in front of him, Richard Rodgers and James Jones. Field with John Kuhn. And John Kuhn will pick up the first down.
And on 3rd and long.
Play action from Rodgers. Here's one down the field and incomplete for Jones.
Of finding players for this team.
Here's Abradaris. Makes the catch. Pressure on Rodgers. Pass caught by John Kuhn for the first down.
It's a big deal.
On first down, Rodgers. Cobb. Contact, no flag. Gets it on a toss. Sitting out in front of him. And a gain of 9.5 for Randall Cobb. 3rd down and 1. It's John Kuhn again, and this time the Redskins stop him. Hard count didn't work. Eddie Lacy does. Tripped up with a first down and a conversion for the guy with a bad rib. Lacy again. Lacy breaks loose. Goldson in his way. And Eddie Lacy down inside the 5. Here's a toss to Starks running right. Touchdown Green Bay. Just to make it a 6-point game, and it is. Early game, Seattle at Carolina, that we know. The other matchup will be Pittsburgh at Denver on CBS as well. Here is a kick return by Ross. And back in 1972, his Dolphins beat Terry Bradshaw's Steelers in that perfect season. Under 4 to go, toss to Thomas. Pierre Thomas on 2nd and 10 gets 2. Down the middle, and Grant stumbled at the punt. Growls the snap and then booms it. Micah Hyde stays away. And a good punt by Way down inside the 25. He gets it with John Kuhn in front of him. 2nd and 6, Cobb again, right side this time. Cobb is short of a first down, that hit. 3rd down and 3, quick throw, pass caught, James Jones, first down. Starks, tripped up. 2nd and 13. Open is Cobb, and he's got a catch in midfield with another first down. Here's Starks. A lot of room to run. And Starks has got a first down carry for the Pack.
Thing too.
He's out at left tackle. They run away from that side, and Starks with another nice carry. They stay on the ground, and Starks has got another first down.
Encroachment. Defense, number 91. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Rodgers 1st and 5. Starks cuts back. Good run. And James Starks is out of bounds inside the 5. He gets it. Touchdown. Pass is caught by Abradaris. Spent the previous year as general manager for Green Bay after saying he had had enough. From the 20, now down by 14 points. They start with Morris themselves. 4 men on the rush. Pass is caught by Thompson. On 3rd down. First down, Morris. Nice run out across the 40. Here's one for Reed. He finds a hole in this defense, and Jordan Reed is still going. But they're going to say he was down by contact. Matthews coming, and he gets home. Here's one for Jackson. It's broken up. Low snap. Underneath, Reed can't make a one-handed catch. Better position to go for it on 4th down. Pressure on that play by Mike Daniels. Good punt here by Way. Hand off to Lacey. Swallowed up in the backfield. Near side, sideline. Jones out of his reach, flag thrown. It's interference on Dunbar. First down, a carry by Lacey right side. Play made by Chris Baker. Lacey. Out across the 30. 3rd down and 6. Quick throw. Pass is caught. Abradaris per return. Good punt. Fair catch called for back inches inside the 10. All have stamped their ticket to another week of football. Quick throw to Garcon on 1st down, out of bounds to stop the clock. With
Definitely chew up a lot of yardage.
2nd and 5. Cousins. Pass caught by Thompson for a first down. Bad snap. Cousins corrals it. Incomplete. 2nd down. Cousins. Incomplete again. Blitz. Washington picks it up. 3rd and 10. Pass is broken up. Down and 10. Cousins is sacked. With how his defense has responded. Here's Starks. Here's Starks. Gets a yard. 3rd down and 9. Starks. 17-point game. Punt, but they've scored on 6 of their last 7 drives. And lead this by 17. Ross will bring it out. And he is hit by Chris Banjo in the months to come. Here's a screen for Thompson. Blocking in front of him. Big play to start this drive, down by 17.
Get a lot of yards as a result.
Here he is again, out of the backfield. He's not a big guy.
As a receiver out of the backfield.
Cousins has Garcon. He's out of bounds. They're jawing at each other at the end of that play.
Roughing. Defense, number 95. Half the distance to the goal.
17. End zone. Pass is nearly picked off by Hyde. Interception against Minnesota last week. 2nd and 10. That one just left the hand of Kirk Cousins and Thompson.
It was almost simultaneous with McCarthy pulling the flag out of his pocket.
Here's a pass caught by Reed, but he is tackled immediately. 4th down and 3. Cousins got to get rid of it. And can't. Green Bay will take over from the 2nd quarter on 1st down. Here's Lacey. More Ravens. 2nd down and 7 here. Lacey right side. And Lacey refusing to go down. How about that carry by Eddie Lacey?
Games for the Redskins defensively, and Aaron Rodgers have been sacked 13 times in just the last 2. So
incomplete from Cousins.
For one game all year. Having said that, I think he handled it pretty well.
Here's Jordan Reed. Able to hop out of bounds with a 1st down. But this is a dedicated young man to the craft of playing quarterback in the NFL. Here's a pass caught by Ross. Going backward and can only get to the 15.
I think you're here in Washington, so he's very appreciative of the opportunity.
2nd and 8. Pass is batted into the air. 3rd and 8. Into the waiting arms of Nick Perry. 4th and 17. Long way to go for Thompson. He won't get there.
This is going to be a good week for the Green Bay Packers.
The game started well for Washington, who jumped out to an early 11-0 lead, including a safety and a touchdown pass from Cousins to tight end Jordan Reed. However, the Packers quickly found their footing and roared back, scoring on 5 consecutive possessions to take control of the game. Key plays included the 12-yard touchdown pass to Randall Cobb and a 10-yard strike for Devontae Adams before halftime. The second half saw the Packers' running game take over, with Eddie Lacey and James Starks both finding the end zone. The Green Bay defense also applied relentless pressure, sacking Cousins 6 times and forcing 2 key fumbles. The Packers never looked back after their scoring surge, ultimately winning by a convincing 35-18 final score. Rodgers led the Packers by completing 21 of 36 passes for 210 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions. James Jones caught 7 catches for 81 yards. Randall Cobb pitched in with 3 for 38 yards and a touchdown. Eddie Lacey carried the ball 12 times for 63 yards, and James Starks carried 12 times for 53 yards, both scoring a touchdown. Nick Perry sacked Cousins 2.5 times to lead the defense. Despite the loss, Cousins was pretty good, connecting on 29 of 46 passes for 329 yards, a touchdown, and no interceptions. Jordan Reed led the way with 9 catches for 120 yards and the touchdown, while Alfred Morris paced the Redskins' ground game with 50 yards on 11 carries. Will Compton led the defense with 12 tackles. The Packers advanced to the NFC divisional round, where they lost to the Arizona Cardinals in an overtime thriller. Aaron Rodgers continued to be the face of the Packers, winning another MVP award later in his career, although he has not been selected into the Hall of Fame, as his career is still ongoing. For Cousins, this was just the first of many productive seasons. He famously played under the franchise tag for Washington the next 2 years, before signing a fully guaranteed contract with the Vikings in 2018, where he remained a starting quarterback for several seasons. The game marked the final time that Washington competed in a playoff game under the Redskins' name. It was a classic tale of 2 halves, with the experienced Packers overcoming an early deficit to secure a convincing road playoff victory. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Bye.